So we're going to find the 5-number summary for each of the 4 data sets here. All right, so let's start with the first thing is easy. The minimum value is always going to be the smallest, and we've already got these in order, so the minimum is 1, and then certainly we can list the last one, the maximum, which is 6. All right, but now let's get the 3 other values that we need. We need the first quartile or the lower quartile. We need the median or the second quartile, and we need the third quartile or the upper quartile. All right, so before we can find the quartiles, we have to get the median. So what we need to do is look right at the 2 middle values, and let's notice that these 2 are directly in the middle. There's a 1 and there's 2 numbers to the left, there's 2 numbers to the right. If there are 2 numbers in the middle instead of just 1, we average them together to get our median. So if we average together 3 and 4, all right, our median is going to be 3 plus 4 divided by 2, just to average them together. That's 3.5. Now, let's keep in mind, I'm going to just draw in 3.5 right here. This is where my median is. It's right in between the 3 and the 4. So notice, to the left of the median are these 3 numbers. Our first quartile is the median of those 3 numbers. It's the middle of those 3 numbers. Now, since there's 3 of them, there's definitely a number directly in the middle, and that's 2. So our first quartile, or our lower quartile, is 2. So I'm going to put that right here. All right, and then let's do exactly the same thing to get the third quartile, but we are going to go to the right of the median. Notice that all of these numbers are to the right of the median. Directly in the middle of that list of numbers is 5. So our third quartile is 5. So quartile 3 is 5. And now let me just sort of pull this up. There's our 5-number summary for this particular set of data. All right, now let's do the same thing, but now with this next set of data. And you might say, well, why are we doing this? Because each one is just a tiny bit different, so it's good to see all 4 of these examples. All right, so let's start with the median. Actually, let's go ahead and get our minimum and our maximum, since those are nice and easy. The minimum is 1. And notice that we always want this list in order when we begin, so that otherwise we will have the wrong thing for our quartile medians, our minimums, our maximums. We have to put them in order. All right, so our median directly in the middle this time is 4. Notice there's 3 items to the left, there's 3 items to the right. 4 is the median. So the median is 4. All right, now let's look at what is to the left of 4, and I'll change my color. To the left of 4 is 1, 2, and 3. All right, so the middle of 1, 2, and 3 is 2. Our first quartile is again 2. And you'll also hear the first quartile referred to as the lower quartile. All right, and then let's get our upper quartile in the same fashion. So to the right of our 4 is 5, 6, and 7. In the middle of them is 6. So our third quartile is 6. And now we have our 5-number summary for this set of data. All right, now let's move to this third set of data. And we'll go through the same process again. Well, let's start by listing our minimum and our maximum, since those are nice and easy. Minimum is 1, maximum is 8. All right, but let's go to our median. In the middle here is 2 values, the 4 and the 5. So to get our median, we have got to take the average of those two. So our median, if we average those two together, is 4 plus 5 divided by 2, which is 4.5. Now again, I will put 4.5 right here. My median is between the 4 and the 5, so 4.5 is right there. All right, so now let's look at the data that's to the left of 4.5. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all to the left of the 4.5. In the middle of this circled data is 2 and 3. To find this quartile, we have to average together the 2 and the 3. So quartile 1 in this case is 2 plus 3 divided by 2, or 2.5. Now let's do exactly the same thing for quartile 3. To the right of 4.5 is 5, 6, 7, and 8. So in the middle of that circled data is the 6 and the 7. We have to average them together in order to get our third quartile. So our third quartile is 6 plus 7 divided by 2, or 6.5. And now, of course, I'll move this maximum up. We have our 5-number summary there. All right, now let's do our very last one. Let's start the same way. We'll list our minimum and our maximum, and then we'll get our median first. So our minimum is again 1. Our maximum is 9. All right, but if we look in the center of this data, 5 is directly in the middle. So our median, notice there's 4 to the left, there's 4 to the right, so our median is 5. All right, so median is 5. All right, now let's look to the left of that 5. There is this data right here. There are 4 pieces of data. In the middle of that data is the 2 and the 3. So we have to take the average of the 2 and the 3 to get our first quartile. So quartile 1 is 2 plus 3 divided by 2, or 2.5. Let's do exactly the same thing to get the third quartile. So to the right of the 5 is 6, 7, 8, and 9. In the middle of 6, 7, and 8, and 9 is the 7 and 8. So we need to average those two together. Average them together to get our third quartile. Quartile 3 is 7 plus 8 divided by 2, or 7.5. And now we have the entire 5-number summary.